Today I want to talk about maturity. I find that most kids on self-improvement, younger ones, they have a good realization of maturity, but some don't. When are you actually going to start taking care of your family and providing? I remember when I was a little younger, my father had to have the talk with me of knowing eventually, Maxwell, you're going to have to pitch in, and when you get a job, you're going to start paying your own bills to help the family out. And when I turned 18, I knew an instant feeling of, I need to get my shit together. I'm not randomly going to be able to be an adult. I have to start adulting. So I did. I started to provide for my family. I started to stop asking for help and asking for things. I started taking the initiative and doing the hard work. So when are you going to do that? When are you going to stop playing video games all day because you know that something needs to be done inside of the house? Whether that's just cleaning up, cooking food for the family, or trying to get a job to provide. There's a call to maturity that people lack nowadays. I know 20-year-olds that act like children. That all they do is eat junk food and play video games, and they're a slave to their job. Where is their ambition and call to need to provide for their family? Maybe it's because I've had all these serious talks when I was younger, but I knew ever since that I needed to pull my weight and take care of my family. And that's ultimately the goal in my life, is to be able to financially free my family and myself. Of course, other things comes first, but is that not the plan in self-improvement? Is to improve your life, improve your relationships, to improve your money so you can take care of your family ultimately? So when you're going to start acting like a man, because it doesn't just randomly happen when things work out, you have to put in the effort to build these habits. You have to start waking up early and stop playing these video games. So when is it? When are you going to start taking the accountability for these things? Because it's hard to play video games. It's hard to mess around. It's hard to do certain things when you know, Max, I should be a young adult right now on my grind, trying to take care of my family, to take care of myself. I have to take this level of seriousness. Again, to the point that I see kids around me, older, younger, and all they want to do is party, play video games, and they don't want to get a job. Fair enough. And to be honest, you can party, you can do certain things like that. Should you be engulfed and become a degenerate? No. But there's a time and a place. When are you going to start acting mature and start adulting? And it doesn't have to be you start carrying the weight of the family completely. But imagine the feeling of your family. You get a job, you're saving up money for college or for a car or something greater, and then all of a sudden you pitch your dad a few $100. Maybe he will take it, maybe he won't. But something you could do is you buy groceries, and it's like, all right, I'm making dinner now. Or you see around the house that it's dirty, and you're going to start cleaning that up. Imagine the feeling of that. The feeling of your dad finally understands that you're putting in the hard work, that proud feeling that your father gains from seeing his son finally get off his ass, because he's seen you play video games for the past 5 years. He's seen you, maybe not actually, but he knows that you jerked off for 5 fucking years. He knows that you've been nothing but a fucking retard. And now that you're finally pulling your weight and taking life serious to so extent that he even second guesses you. He thinks, oh my God, Maxwell is taking it so serious now that I got to tell him to slow down. You can't slow down. You got to keep speeding up and take this stuff serious. When is your mother going to retire? When is your mother going to stop working? When is life going to be easy for your family? Because it's easy for you, but it's hard for them. So you got to take a level of sincerity, of seriousness, and start providing for them. When they see you on your grind, and when you talk about your mission, when you talk about your purpose, but when you have this seriousness, when you finally mature and you start taking action, your family's going to love you. They're going to see that. But you could be a bum. You could be a kid for a little bit longer. And your parents could be disappointed a little bit longer. So I don't want to yell at you and just say some crazy motivation. I don't have too much of a call to action to this video. Besides, what are the things that could be done? When are you going to start taking the risks and go after the rewards? Do it for the mission, the purpose, the greater good. When are you going to start waking up early? It's just these little things. It's not talked about too much in self-improvement, and maybe it is the little self-improvement things that need to be done that really changes who you are. I'm 18 years old, and not to brag, but I'm constantly reminded that, oh, Max, you're so mature. You have the mind of a 30-year-old. Good. Because these kids around me, and even these young adults, have the mind of a freaking teenager. Again, you can party, you can have fun, you can have sex, all that. And there's times and places for that. But the rest of the time has to be taken serious. You have to wake up and stop thinking about stupid video games. You have to think about, how can I help my family? So I'm going to leave you with that. Maybe go journal and think about what you can do to actually gain a level of maturity and what adulting you can actually do. Because being an adult isn't an age, it's your actions. So go out there and try to be a grown-up for once. Like and subscribe.